Have a nice day. This week, the route of trade is at New York, USA, and we're at the Summer Fancy Food Show, one of the biggest food fairs in the world and North America, which was held every year for 60 years in a row. Our guest is one of the Turkish participants at the fair, Avod Dry Foods and Agriculture Products Inc. The route of trade begins. USA is one of the world's largest food importers, and Avod Dry Food is one of the world's largest exporters of dried tomatoes. Our colleague Cemal Özyurt will interview Avod's chairman of the board, Mr. Nazim Torbaoğlu. First of all, we are now at the US biggest food fair, and we know that you are here with an American partner. Correct? Can you please tell us Avod Food stories shortly? How has it started in Turkey and how has it come to today? Avod Food is established in 2003 in Izmir. Its commercial life began in a small 100 square meter store. The company expanded in time. Initially, their annual export was about $300,000, and now in 2014, it has become about $50 million. Yes. We export 100% of our products. We mainly produce dried foods. So far, most of our products were dried tomatoes. But with the purchase that we made 3 months ago, raisin, dried apricots and dried figs also became part of our product range. You first began with dried tomatoes? Yes. Where are your facilities? Currently, we have 2 facilities. One of them is at Menemen, Izmir, and the other is at Bayındır, Izmir. We produce in both of those factories. What is the capacity of the factories? Our total capacity is approximately 8,000 tons. Currently, we are working at almost full capacity. Later on, we have some plans to increase the capacity. How did your adventures in the US start? When was your first export? And we would like to talk about your partner. When did you first contact them? How did you develop the partnership? Our adventure in the US began in 2003 with the establishment of Avod. US is the biggest supplier in our market. We started with very small amounts, but currently the US market constitutes 40% of our business. The business relations with our current partner started in 2005. When we first started, the business was 20 to 25% of our capacity. But then we started to take place with our partners in the big fast food chains in the US. With that, our business volume has grown. We made a strategic partnership in 2008 for the first time. One of their investment companies bought some of the Avod shares. You mean you bought some shares of the American company? The American company bought some of our shares. Because Avod's capacity was increasing rapidly and the business was growing. Our first partnership was established in 2008 under Avod. Later on, new investments were required for the new projects at the big chains, and the new capacities had to be increased. In this context, we bought the American company recently. And we've expanded our collaboration within Avod. You're a publicly held company from Turkey? Right, yes. When was it open to the public and how much of it is currently open to the public? We opened to the public in 2011. Currently, 73% of the company is publicly held. When it became a publicly held company, Avod had an increase in momentum. The year we became a publicly held company, our export figures were approximately $10 to $11 million. We believe that this will be approximately $50 million at the end of 2014. This is a result of being open to the public. How many countries in the world do you export to, and what is the US place amongst these countries? We export to 11 or 12 countries. The US is our largest market with 40% of our business. Then comes the UK with 30%. The remaining 30% is in the other countries in Europe. We are also in Japanese market. But we can say that the substantial part of our business is in US and Europe. So the packaging and preparations of the products differ for each market. I mean, in terms of countries. Of course. In this sense, what are the advantages and disadvantages of the US market? Our product is custom-made for our buyers. We produce according to each of our buyers' needs and specifications. Therefore, there is a different recipe for every market and every buyer, and it is being produced in that way. As far as I know, you also sell your own products with your own brand in the Turkish domestic market. That's right. Do you have a study in the US market in terms of brand development? Yes, we do. We already have a brand that we use in the US and in Europe. We also sell branded products. In this sense, our market shares increase every day. When compared to the ones in the US market, what is the characteristics of the tomatoes that are produced in Turkey? Is there a difference? We shouldn't limit it with Menemen, Aegean region, Torbella, Manisa, Bergama, Menemen. In these regions, they produce good tomatoes. Our advantage is, of course, our tomatoes are high quality, but Turkey's dynamism and labor costs are as important as the tomatoes. Compared to the US, we have these advantages. That's why our American partners choose to grow by investing in Turkey. Can you talk about Sundown, your American partner? Where did your business relations with them start? And do you have any current or future joint projects with them, other projects? Our business relations with Sundown started in 2005. They are a company founded in 1997. In our product range, they are the largest in the sector in the US. They are the supplier of the big fast food chains. Our business relations started in 2005 with 80 to 100 tons annually, and currently it's over 1,000 tons. With the synergy which emerges through the merger within Avod, I think in a few years we will be able to add a few more tons to that. In regards to Turkey's dried food export to the US market, what is its place among other countries? I believe there are a lot of things to be done. Can you give us an overall assessment? Especially in terms of dried food. In terms of our product, Turkey is the biggest player. Turkey tries to do its best. But of course, when we talk about dry food and food, I don't think that we are at the place we deserve in the US market. Turkey is a good producer. I believe there are a lot of things to do about this. Perhaps the first thing to be done about this is to participate in trade fairs. I hope a lot of food companies participate in these fairs. This year's participation was slightly less than the previous year. The reason for this needs to be investigated. But in terms of our product, Turkey is a serious player and market builder. I believe it has a good market in the US. Until 2007, Avod continued its way with ISO and HACCP quality certificates. After 2007, they add another dimension to their export with Germans and French's IFS and British BRC quality standards. Next is our colleague Cemal Özyurt's interview with Avod's co-partner, Mr. Burak Kuzak, at Fancy Food Show. First of all, how did Avod's food export to US start? Avod was established in 2003. When was it first exported to US? Avod was established as an export company in 2003. Therefore, our exports to the US began at the beginning of 2003, as in other European countries. What was its capacity? Annually, how much? I guess we began with 50 to 100 tons in 2003. Today, as my partner Mr. Nazim also said, it's more than 1,000 tons. Did you start this business by analysing the US market? Yes. I mean, was your goal to produce and sell the products to US, or after you established the company and started to produce, did you think? No. US was always one of our target markets because it has a lot of fast food chains and it has a large potential of consumption among the buyers in the world. Therefore, when we decided to be in this industry, our goal was the US market. How many countries do you export to, and what is the place of US among these markets? Currently, our largest market in the world is the US. US market holds the first place with 40%. European market is at the second place with 40%. There are Germany, UK, Netherlands, Scandinavian countries and a few Central Europe countries. Japan and Australia are also our substantial markets. When compared to the other countries you export to, what is the most important feature that distinguishes the US market from the others? US market consumers are conscious. They have high-quality standards, and of course, FTA ensures that. With this, it distinguishes itself from other countries. We try to cater to this market with our high-quality standards, and we also adjust the capacities of our factories in order to provide large amounts that this market requires. As mentioned before, with the purchase of Sundown, we serve to the world market with 3 factories, including US. We have 2 factories in Turkey and 1 factory in California. What portion of the overall export to US goes to the wholesale industry? What portion goes directly to the retail industry? We are in 3 industries: retail, food service and industrial market, where our products are used as ingredients. In the US market, our products are usually consumed in food service and industrial market. Almost all of the chains use our products as ingredients in their products. Pizza chains, burger chains, frozen pizza manufacturers use our products in their products. When you compare the first days of the export to the US market and today, what are the changes in your product range, in your R&D department? What are the developments in this 11-year period? First of all, we pay a lot of attention to R&D, and it is a delicate subject for us. We dedicate a significant budget to this every year. We improve our R&D department every year, even though the product is basically dried tomato. With the added value and the new markets that were created, it is possible to expand the market and create different things from the product. Therefore, R&D is a very important guiding factor for us about this matter. Every year, we create 4 or 5 different products. Some of them are being accepted in the market, some of them don't. But every year, new products are being added. You mean the products which have high added value? Right. Avot's first principle is to produce high value-added products. We try to stay out of the normal competition. Okay, what is the elapsed time between harvesting the tomatoes and exporting them to the US? Harvest begins at the end of July. All process takes about 4 months. That means the production is completed by the mid or end of October. Then, according to the needs of our buyers, products with different specifications and different recipes are sent to our customers. That means a fresh tomato takes its place as a dried tomato in American or European consumer's sandwich or pizza, roughly in 6 months. What is their shelf life? In general, the shelf life of our products is approximately 2 years. But with different applications, it varies from 1 year to 3 years, depending on the purpose. Once opened, our product's shelf life is between 7 days and 21 days. According to our customers' consumption rates, we adjust the sizes of the packages and we try to help them to combine the right package with the right product. Yes. After you export the tomatoes from Turkey to the US market, in accordance with the feedback that your customers give you, do you do anything about the product development or renewal? What is the next stage of the process after the product's arrival? How do you evaluate the customer's feedback? In accordance with the feedback, do you develop new products or do you modify the product? We are lucky because Avod works with distributors and importers who are experts at their market in every country all around the world. In the East Coast and the West Coast of the US, we work with two important distributors. Their clientele consists of sophisticated and expert producers and users. Therefore, we get very healthy information. The information is evaluated in our US offices and sent to us, to the factory in Turkey as a package. In this context, we revise our recipes and product specifications according to the changing needs of the countries. Yes, one of the major problems in the food industry is to deliver the product to the buyer with the same quality and same standard. This is a common problem, especially in the US market. To overcome that problem, I believe you exported the products with the same standard and the same quality without compromising for 13 years. How do you manage to sustain this process without a loss, without aberration? We have this problem with the agricultural products because depending on the conditions of every year, that year's harvest and the products can vary. But here, at the drying stage, the agricultural product becomes the industrial product. If the correct specifications and the correct product conditions is created during the transition, you have the chance to create a standard product by putting together several correct mixtures. In this regard, Avod is a leading company. As I said before, the right feedback from our customers, the work of our R&D and quality control departments ensure we have minimal aberration on the shipped products. But of course, these are agricultural products. We shouldn't think of it as an automobile spare part or a part of a spaceship. These are agricultural products. They may differ from year to year or from season to season. By ensuring a specific acceptance criteria for our specifications, we make sure that our product is up to standards. Avod has a partnership for 10 years with Sundown Foods in California. Next is our colleague Cemil Özyurt's interview with the company's co-partner, Mr. Jeffrey Wartell, at the Summer Fancy Food Show. Dear the Rooted Trade viewers, Sundown's president Jeff Wartell is with us. Jeff Wartell is the owner of the company which developed a partnership with Avod in Turkey and imported dried tomatoes from Turkish market to US for 13 years. Jeff, welcome to our program. First, I would like to ask you, how and when did you start to trade with Turkey? We should start with 10 years ago. We were producing tomatoes in California. Our business required more resources. We did a research across the globe and we found the tomatoes close in quality to that produced in California, as well as economically affordable products in Turkey. Have you heard of the famous tomatoes that are grown in Turkey before, or did you learn about them during this research? In fact, the trend in our industry showed Turkey. Regarding the dried tomato products in the Middle East, Turkey is already quite high in the rankings. We felt at Sundown that we also need to focus more on this area. That's why we are here. For how many years have you been working in the food industry? Can you please tell us a little bit about your company? How many employees do you have? What is the volume of the company? I've been in the food producing industry for 25 years. I work at Sundown since 1998. We have 30 to 40 employees. How did it progress since you started to work with Turkey? Can you also tell us about the figures? We actually did not know much about what we get in this partnership, but the result was efficient. Our first business was in 2003. We imported. We imported 1 truck full of tomatoes, and we were pleased with the quality as well as the quantity. The products that are produced in Turkey are generally high-quality products. We were very lucky. Turkey is a very lucky country in terms of fruits and vegetables. We, as a group, aim to start import-export business of other products as well. Trade relations between Turkey and US is not active enough, at least from our perspective. You know both markets. You also know the future of the industry and possible opportunities. What can the producers in Turkey do? There are so much different products in our markets, and because of this, they are expensive. Therefore, we are more expensive than the markets across the globe. The products that are produced in Turkey are better economically, as well as very high quality. US market power combined with Turkey's low prices, an efficient picture emerges. You don't only import and export fruits and vegetables, you also buy meat. How did you decide on this partnership with Avod? Our business relies on quality, money and trust. We, as a company, have established these bonds over a period of 10 years. As a company, we trust Avod. We have good relations with the companies in Turkey. The biggest factor for us is this. What are your future plans with Avod? Will there be further investments in Turkey in the field of food? Organic food products market is still a very new area. Cultivation and maturation of organic products is a more difficult process. So there are many things to be discovered in this area. American consumers seem ready to move more carefully in this challenging process. We are happy to be here. We plan to maintain our efficient work and our partnerships for many years. Thank you. Thank you very much. We end our program from New York, Manhattan, from Summer Fancy Food Show, in which we were guests of Avod Dry Food and Agricultural Products Inc. If you have any questions, comments and suggestions about our program, feel free to contact us at Sanayi Rotasi@cnnturk.com.tr. Stay with our love.